I've got some mashed potatoes that I just put in a little cup here. These are cold, they were in the refrigerator. And I'm just gonna throw them in a pan. And I've got about an equal amount of ricotta cheese. Okay, nothing else, just the ricotta cheese. I'm going to add an egg to that, just the whole egg, and a little bit of chopped fresh herbs that I have, anything that you want to put in there, and mix that up. All right. This is the base for the gnocchi, and what we're going to do is use some flour to thicken it up. But first I want to make sure this is all mixed. This is not a measurement thing, like everything I do. I'm going to add the flour to get the right consistency. If I go over, I can add a pinch of water. I could add sherry wine. I could add anything. Just for it's what it is. We're looking for the right amount of moisture. We're making a dough out of this that can be rolled by hand. And I'm going to take some of this dough. You can put this in the refrigerator too after it's done. Have it tomorrow, the next day. It's not sticking in my hands too bad. But as I work it a little bit, it starts to get sticky. Just a little bit of flour right on there. I'm going to put this out on the board with a little bit of flour on there, and that'll just stop it from sticking to the board. And I can just cut this with a spoon or a knife. So far, that's taken about as long as it takes to make toast, right? Then with each gnocchi, we just roll it with your finger. So, and it puts a little dimple in it. Those little dimples hold the sauce. These are very soft, they're very light, and that's it, all right? I've got some water boiling already. The water has to be boiling when you add these in, otherwise they just melt. They still might, because this isn't really boiling, but it's boiling pretty good. Okay, and I'm just going to add these right into the boiling water. While that's going, I'm going to heat up another pan. While the butter's melting, I'm going to add a little bit of sherry. It's very possible that could ignite too, which would not be good. Now I've got a lot of sherry in there, probably about maybe 5 or 6 ounces of sherry. And I'm going to cook that down with the butter in there while the gnocchis are cooking at the same time. See how they're starting to float? Okay? That typically means they're pretty close to done. You see the butter in the center is melting. And as it's melting, more and more of the liquid around the side is boiling out and the center is closing in. When that closes in, we're going to be ready to add some cream, boiling off all the alcohol. So I'm going to add a little touch of cream here. The other thing that's going to happen is I'm going to take these gnocchis out and I'm going to add the gnocchis into the sauce. Now remember, the gnocchis are coming out of boiling water, but they are going to release a little bit of a starch into the sauce, which will help that sauce thicken a little bit. Now you can make this just like it is. It's really good. We add lobster, but you can add shrimp, or you could add scallops, you could add chicken, mushrooms, anything you like into this dish. We're going to add lobster. The lobster's already cooked, so I'm not going to add the lobster just until it's time to serve. We want to make it hot enough just to serve, just to heat the lobster, because we don't want to cook it anymore. It's already been cooked and picked. If you add more sherry, it gets a little sweeter. It's all a matter of taste. We add about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. And we'll reduce it down to a sauce. It's too hot. And that is the gnocchi, the lobster gnocchi that we serve.